I guess we'll send back to you guys.
Christina, Bob, we're going to get back to you. Christina Gonzalez, some developments where you are in Van Nuys.
Let me tell you what's going on. So these guys in the vehicle, let's get a little bit closer. This vehicle and those guys over there got out of the other vehicle. There's a gold store in the parking lot, and they were heading to it. And these guys came out and they said, "No, you're not."
Wow.
And he's with us. They're having a standoff here.
Oh my God.
Arguing about why they're not being allowed to break into the place. So I'm gonna guys listen to this.
So these are looters
Yes.
squaring off with community members
Maybe.
holding weapons on the
Yes.
street.
Yes.
And where are all those cops
Now
that just drove past you?
They're 3 blocks down.
Yeah.
This is really something here to see those store owners who want to protect their own business, yet they're by a business that is so vulnerable. Okay, so that's her family telling her to go back? Yeah. Christina,
Yes. Telling her because the two vehicles, there's actually 3 vehicles. And what is happening is that they parked in front of if you see the Buy Gold sign, there's a place for it inside the parking lot. And they don't want them to go in there. They were heading that way. They did not get in, but they don't want to be told what to do. So it's a standoff. Now the officers they went down the street past us, and you can see probably the lights about 2 blocks down. But right now they're just going to, hold on, let me put my microphone near, let me talk to him.
You've got to be careful about some language here.
It's my family business. Stop. We're closed.
Were those guys going into the gold store?
Huh?
Those guys, what's going on?
You were closed, bro.
Okay, they're kind of busy, but that's what we saw.
Gosh, Christina, it really just seems so scary and so dangerous there. Please be safe. But I wonder.
Yeah, we're okay. I think. Oh, here come the cops. Here comes the cops. They're trying to flag them down. We're trying to flag down the cops.
Oh.
Hold on, let me flag them back here. They're driving past us.
Oh.
Stop.
It just goes to show you perhaps how overwhelmed the police department is right now.
This is one of
They
the...
have gone up and down the street. Okay, they're turning around. There they come. They just saw me.
In 3 days of surreal moments on TV, this is one of the most surreal moments we've seen. What is underway right now in Van Nuys. All right, so here come the police officers to help these community members.
The guys on the other side are in cars. All right, here they come. The guys here are trying to stop over there from looting in the cars. All right, now they're telling them, no, they're fine.
They're good.
Oh, gosh. Gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my God, Joe, to your right. Come on.
He's with us.
Sir, okay, sir. They're the store owners. They were protecting the looters, sir.
Whoa.
They're protecting the store. The looters are over there.
Stand down for a sec, please.
You're losing your looters. They're taking them that way. These are the people in the store trying to stop.
Wait.
All 3 of them.
Hey, we're putting those in handcuffs right now.
They're not the
Hey,
looters.
let's talk. Where's the looter?
They're protecting this building.
Where'd the looter go?
They were
Hey, description.
uh,
Black, white, Asian.
African Americans. They're in a gray vehicle. The other gray vehicle is parked in front of the Buy Gold store. A group of 6 of them. 6. We have video. African.
You talk to me.
Okay.
Okay.
They have nothing.
To my partner, please.
They have nothing to do.
Okay, I need you to relax and tell me. Okay.
These people were protecting the
I don't care
store.
about them. The looters that
You're
walked
putting
away.
them in handcuffs.
Looters that walked away. Which way did they go?
Your officers are
Okay.
following them.
Okay.
They went south.
Okay. Car. What kind?
Gray colored vehicle was
Okay.
one of
Is
them.
it like that or is it like that?
Like that kind of colored
Like that.
vehicle.
4-door or 2-door?
2-door.
2-door? How many people?
Between 6 and 8 African Americans.
6 and 8 African Americans. Okay. That's okay. I'm trying. I know.
And you're on live TV right
I know.
now.
I'm trying to find out. I'm asking you stuff. If you can't tell me who they are, I can't chase them.
Okay.
That's all.
Your officers are chasing them. That's one of them.
Okay. They're chasing them.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
So what happened is,
There we go. There we go.
these people are the people from the liquor store. They're protecting their business.
Okay.
3 vehicles, and they live here. Now, 3 vehicles drove up in front of the Buy Gold, and they told them, get away from that, and they started arguing about it. And after they started arguing about it, that's when we started flagging you down. And that's when they ran.
Okay.
Some of your officers went that way.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to tell you.
What I'm trying to say is because when these things happen, I know you want to say everything, and I appreciate that, but it's like I need the brass tacks.
Yes.
How many? What?
Between
what do they
6 and 8.
I know. That's what I needed. Okay. That's why I was trying to get you upset. Okay. Because everybody's trying to help.
I
I
know.
understand that. But how many? Where they went? What color? And what do they look
I
like?
got
That's all
it.
I
And you
was,
guys,
okay?
it's hard.
No,
I
no,
know.
I understand.
It is
Okay,
hard.
I
You
know.
say.
Thank you.
But these people have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
This is unreal. But anyway, they're putting this lady in handcuffs. I've just told them. You see, and here is where.
This is some of the systemic issues that maybe some of those protesters are upset about.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
right.
it's not surprising. And granted, I am excited telling them the story, but at this point, they lose the looters.
Okay, it looks
Because
like they're
giving it to the
taking
people
the handcuffs
they
off.
can't do.
Christine, it looks like they've taken the handcuffs off.
Good.
They've gotten the picture
Good.
that
Okay.
these 3 were the good guys there here at the business. So that's been cleared up. It just goes to show you how easily and quickly things can go wrong or can be misinterpreted.
Wow.
Christina.
This is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And then to see
Oh, now
that.
they're taking the woman from the car. She's not involved. She just stopped to look.
Okay.
I think she is with these people. And she came over to get her mom because she saw it on TV.
Well,
I think that's what's going on.
that shows you
That's what Andy's saying.
how quickly a situation can escalate.
Yes.
How
Yes.
adrenaline can be a bad thing in
Yes.
some of these situations. People immediately go from 0 to 10, and the challenges for a lot of people in these situations. Obviously, it's a high pressure, intense situation for police as well. But that was so.
Stay
It's upsetting,
behind us.
Christine, to watch that woman that we all had just seen as sort of the hero of this situation be taken in handcuffs. Thankfully,
No, we're
she's
not.
been
Yes,
released, and police are trying to figure
yes.
this out.
I'm the security our security guard. They're trying to because he doesn't have an ID. I'm getting so
If you-
we need to move back. Yes, we're gonna move back. Can we get in our truck and move it back? This is our truck.
Just in the corner.
Okay, sir. All right. So now they're moving us back.
Well, Christina, you can imagine as police arrive and they see their store owners with their guns and people outside the store, hard to differentiate who.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Christina.
I tried.
There's,
Thank you, sir.
okay, so
There's somebody here from the police department.
That's Andy
who was watching
Nyman,
it.
who we've known for years. That was Andy
Yeah.
Nyman, right,
Yeah.
Christina?
Yes, that is Andy. Andy just arrived,
Who
and
is
he
the
said,
head-
"Did you get to tell him what's going on?"
Yeah.
Who is that? You can go ahead and explain.
Yeah,
You're
he's
not
the
interrupting
head
while
of
I'm looking at
he's
what-
the head of media relations for the LAPD. He's a familiar face that we've known for years. Somebody who would know and
Yes.
trust Christina's word as compared to some of these officers who just rolled up onto the scene in the heated moment that just happened.
Yes, and I understand. Look, I mean, this has been happening all day. We have had a few encounters with law enforcement because they're trying to do their job, and we understand that. Sir, I think you dropped something. All right, officer, there you go. You're stepping on it. That came from your pocket, sir. And I think we're all trying to be as courteous as we can with one another. And people have different personalities, including police officers and media. I am very familiar with these guys, and a lot of the old timers know me, so we've been okay, and I don't take it personally.
But
I just hope that they got.
We should note, Christina, the old timers know you, but you've been in management here at Fox 11 and not on the streets for several years. So to some of the newer officers, you might not be necessarily as familiar as to those who would know you as a solid veteran journalist here at KTTV.
The thing that I think some people will see though was that the.
You know, I have you with me. I mean, you guys, this is overwhelming. We've been following them, and to their credit, they're trying to do what they're trying to do, and that's why I was just trying to explain to him. So, he did his job. We're all doing our job now. What is going on? I mean, we've got store owners with weaponry. We've got bands of different vehicles, and we got, is that a flashbang or flashbang, right? And I know they were following them over there. I mean, what can you tell us?
Yeah, it's, this is just, basically you have individuals who are set on basically destruction and theft and just nothing but criminal activity, and they're taking full advantage of the protests and the message that's trying to get out about the injustices, that need to be addressed, right? And we all agree with that.
Yeah.
Everybody in law enforcement agrees with that.
So in the scheme of having, we're going into our curfew and it's nightfall.
Right.
And you guys are running up and down, doing a great job. Are we planning on bringing in perhaps like some National Guard or something to help you guys out?
Well, the National Guard, as you know, are already deployed, and today we also heard the President make a declaration. So we hope it doesn't get to that. We hope that the public will band together. They'll talk to their relatives, their brothers or sisters who may be partaking in this illegal activity, and just stop the chaos, because it's not helping anybody. It's just creating more chaos and more pain and suffering for everybody. So.
And it's interesting because if we can go see over there, one of the things, and you and I were back here in '92, and we remember, but I never saw, whenever you see officers today, you see people gathering and confronting them, which I had not. Usually people run away from the line.
Right.
Now, wherever you guys are gathering, you actually have people coming up and yelling at them.
Well, again, we have nothing but support for people that want to express their First Amendment. And a lot of it is angry First Amendment expression. So we understand that. When it becomes violent, when it becomes lawless, then we have no other choice but to take action and try to stop that, because nobody wins. And the message gets lost in the violence and in the anger.
Christina, I don't know if if Andy can answer this, because he wasn't here when it happened, so it's unfair to put him on. But there are a lot of people that are watching that would have just seen an African American woman who was a hero in her community, working to protect the community, who literally waved down the police for help, and then moments later she's taken into handcuffs. They assumed that she was a suspect. That is a very bad image for a lot of people who are literally in the process of protesting systemic racism within police departments. Can he talk about that, or can anybody there talk about that?
I'm going to ask him about it, but I do think that's the reason he rolled up. I think that's what he saw. And what, our anchors are asking is, you see, we have been here for a while, and the African-American woman was talking about protecting this place when the officers rolled up, they put her in handcuffs, and that's an image that is a very difficult one to see. And once we figured it out, I don't know if you were here when that happened, but can you speak to that? Because that's sometimes what people see.
So you were here, and I was watching your live broadcast, and that's why I came from my station.
Thank you.
Because I saw the confusion. But that's what officers are faced with all the time. They have citizens that are flagging them down, which is what was occurring here, not knowing what's going on, and until they sort everything out, they don't know who they're dealing with. They don't know if they're good guys, bad guys, and so we have to get it under control first, and then sort everything out.
And one of the suggestions, perhaps, for our viewers and people, I think the guns is what actually set off the mindset. The guns that were legally owned by the liquor store owners, but still.
Yeah, we really discourage, citizens from arming themselves and protecting their properties with guns. I understand it, but you can see what happened here. This could have been very tragic, where our officers are approaching. They see people who have shotguns and people who have been waving them down, thinking that maybe there's a robbery here, maybe somebody just got shot. And you got store owners who think they're doing the right thing and are entitled but this is where great danger is. And so,
And that's the problem, because we've talked to people who their places have been trashed today, right close to where we had a protest and a lot of officers, and they're feeling like they have to argue themselves.
I understand, and I feel for them, and we have to really be cognizant of the fact that our officers are doing everything they can. And when they come upon a scene and people have guns or weapons, one individual had a knife, a very large knife in his waistband, we don't know what's going on. So until we control it, and oftentimes that means pointing our weapons at them to get them to comply, disarming them, searching them, and then figuring out what's going on.
And hopefully that will be something that, because I know people are listening, and that's something important, because a lot of people are armed up and down the street. I've seen it, you know it, and I don't want somebody to get hurt. And neither do you. Do you have any other questions for Andy before he runs off? Because I know he.
The first instinct, though, is to handcuff a woman. I mean, that's where I think a lot of people will be lost in this.
I think the first instinct, they're asking if the first instinct is to handcuff a woman and people.
So if we don't know what's going on in this lawlessness right now we're under curfew. So technically everybody that is out here is subject to arrest, which means that we can lawfully detain you, which means we can handcuff you, search you, particularly when there's weapons that are visible. So that is going to happen. What we would encourage everybody to do is to avoid that. But if the police do approach you and you've done nothing wrong, just cooperate. Don't explain until we get you controlled. Then we will ask you the questions and contain you and figure out what's going on.